Hello, this is the first assignment for physics for game developers, and in this first task, I am going to demonstrate a few objects on the screen. So my objects in the scene are my background, a few birds, pigs, and a few blocks of wood and glass. So let's see it in action. So this is the scene. So I have blocks and triangles and circles, and then the birds on the screen. These pigs are moving back and forth, and when they hit either each other right now or the objects on the side, they change their direction. And these two birds are moving up and down on the screen in opposite directions. And these are the birds. Now, all of the objects, as we can see, we can set up the different sizes and the boxes or the circles around them, as I have done over here. And this can be done separately for each of the objects. As we can see that this bird is scaling and it has a circle, but these four birds don't have any boxes around them. Now, sorry, this is done by creating a graphics sprite and then attaching it to the game object manager. Game object manager holds all of these objects in its list, as you can see, and then these are my blocks and then the pigs and the birds over here. This is how I set up those boxes around them. So as we thought, two of the birds were having box, and this one had a circle around it, and there are different ways to set up the rectangles. So over here I have set up a rectangle for this with my custom coordinates. This is the circle for the active bird, this one. So the circle is bigger than the bird, as you can see. Now in the update phase, so this is the update for each of the birds. So the first two tasks was to firstly demonstrate the birds on the screen and then have some movement on them, and then game object manager does the draw for all the objects. Also, I've set it up such that when I press the space bar, so this bird will start moving now, then when it hits this bird, then this will start moving, and then similarly all the birds will start moving, which I will demonstrate right now. So I'm hitting the space bar, and then this it moves, and then these all start moving, and these all just keep moving back and forth. This is just to, the demo is just to showcase that we can have different objects and set up different values and everything for them. Now the second task was to use the physics for the birds in my scene. So I have a scene with my gravity setup, and here I take the texture. From texture we extract the images for whatever objects we want on the screen, and then again in the same way like we did in the previous demo, so I'm creating graphics sprite, setting up the instances of the objects, and then attaching all the objects to the game object manager. Everything is same, and then in the previous demo I was doing everything in the update. Now since we are using physics now, so for each of the objects I have a box 2D setup. So I create a box definition, the box definition, and then we create a body has its shape and fixture, as you can see, and we set up different parameters. So and it then in the end we attach this uh, shape, the body and the shape, everything to the object of our choice. So like over here I have attached the parameters that I have set for to the block glass, and then in the next I set up the parameters for wood and attach it to the all the wood planks that I have on the screen. So let me demonstrate this from my demo. So this is the scene, and so as you can see, this ends when both the birds come on top of each other. So these are the two glass boxes, these are the four wooden planks, and three birds of different sizes, and there are various properties of these birds also different, which I will showcase right now. So this was what I was demonstrating. So I give angle to the wooden planks, and then I set up their density and everything. Now this is for the wooden boxes. Then for the birds, so like we had fixture for the wooden planks, and for the birds I changed the fixture definition for them. So like the density, friction, and restitution. Restitution basically adjusts the jumpiness of the birds that we saw. So the red bird jumps more. I will demonstrate all this once again. So like the red bird has a zero point 0.7 restitution, then similarly for the black bird it's 0.5, and for the other bird it's 0.85, the white bird that was on there. And then in the update phase only we update the camera and timer and everything, and then from here the physics get updated and game object manager updates all of the objects, and then from a single draw I update whatever is in the game object manager. So let me just showcase this once again when I run the program. So black doesn't jump that much, but as we saw, the red jumps more, and this white keeps on jumping back and forth 2 3 4 times, and then it comes to a halt due to the friction. And also I have set a friction for the ground, so that is why this blackbird, although it falls on the ground but doesn't move forward much, it comes to a halt after a certain stage. Now this is my basic scene, but to further streamline my code, this is my final framework. So what I do here is I just take the texture and images as we did it before, but now earlier this was some 100 lines of code, but now I just have my instances of the objects, and I have my separate classes to create the blocks of different kinds and birds of different kinds, and I just pass in the coordinates on the screen, and these are the different values that I want for each of my objects. So like this true is for the boxes that we see on the screen around the blocks. Let me just show. So these three blocks have a yellow box around them, but as you can see, this is the same block, these two, but this doesn't have a box around it. So this is controlled over here through this. So although I have four blocks, but only these three have true as parameters, true set for the box, but this doesn't have any parameters, so that by default takes it as false. This is I've set in my classes. So as you can see, this is only this much code is there to generate my scene, and in update phase I have a physics manager that I have set. So I just call update on the physics manager, and what was happening in this, so we can see such a long piece of code, and it just got shifted to 8 lines of code over here, these 8 9 lines. And the update that is happening, this from here to till here, the physics that is getting updated in this code, this gets updated in this one statement, and then the game object manager updates itself and renders everything on the screen. Now to just demo a few features. So this is where I create the glass boxes and the wooden blocks and my background. And then again, to set up the box 2D for the physics for this, so I have a box 2D setup class. So let's go to the class file and so on. So box 2D setup takes care of the physics of objects. So over here I set up the body definition and the shape and fixture for each of these, and this is where I create my blocks, and my birds are getting created through this. So this is my scene. This is where the physics is in action, and due to friction this comes to a halt. This is it for this week, and over the coming weeks I'm sure um, this framework that I've created, this will keep getting evolved, and a few features will get added, few will get removed, but for now this is it. Thanks.